Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to do today's video, but because I've made a commitment, I am going to do it. So it's so cold and it's night time. But I wanted to talk to you about a really important topic that I think business owners don't often talk about is that making sales is hard. Okay, convincing people to understand your product, convincing people to believe in you, convincing people to believe that you can do a good job is not an easy job. Okay, it is really hard to do it, and I think even more, then of course you need an amazing product and you need a great product. That is a given, but even more than that, you need a lot of self-confidence, and I think you need a lot of guts, I would say. So I want to make this process a little bit easier for you guys and give you some of my sales tips. The first sales tip is to always make sure the person you're speaking to, the lead you're talking to, is qualified, right? It is your target audience and it has to be a qualified lead. Now, how do I do that? You need to figure out your own way to do it, but how I do it basically is I send them a form. I ask them to fill it in. It is about 5 questions long. If they fill in the form and they've taken the effort to fill in the form, then this lead is worth speaking to. And anyway, once they fill in all the information into the form, you know if it is a credible lead or not a credible lead, right? So that's my number one tip. Make sure the person you're talking to is your target audience, right? Second, always give something amazing free. Okay, it has to have a lot of value, and you have to make sure that the person you're presenting it to also thinks that the product you are giving them for free has a lot of value. Okay, so for example, what I do is I do a free brand audit for some of the brands I want to work with, and this is a no expectations brand audit. I put in a lot of work in this and I give my best work, and I don't really expect them to buy from me. I'm just like, here's what I did for you. Let me know what you think. Do you think we're a good fit? Do you think we can work together? So when I do a brand audit, I usually schedule a face-to-face meeting to deliver the results. So I say something like, hey, I would love to deliver the results to you face-to-face, so you can ask me any questions you have. And since I've put in so much time already, I wouldn't mind putting in another extra hour into this, and I think it would be really beneficial for you to understand the results and how you can change the strategy a little bit. So this is something I say, and of course the person I'm talking to appreciates my effort and immediately says, yes Rutuja, let's do a one-on-one Zoom call. So on the Zoom call, it gives them a chance to see me as a person, understand my personality, and it gives me a chance to vet and see if I can work with this person. Does the vibe match, right? So the first thing is make sure it's a credible lead. Send them a form. I love forms. I send forms for everything. Second step is to make sure you give them something completely amazing, free of cost. No expectations attached. Okay, it's like unconditional love, right? And then the third thing is always have a face-to-face meeting. If you are selling a service, if you're selling a product which is a one-time thing, then this method may not work for you. But if you're selling a service, or you're a coach and you expect the person to pay you month on month and on time, then this method 100% works. Okay, now the next thing that you have to do is, even before pitching your services, you need to understand what the client's needs are. You need to understand if you can really help them after a couple of months be in a better position than they are right now. So you have to really think not from the point of view of a salesperson, but from the point of view of the client. Is my service going to benefit this person? If it's not, then you deliver the brand audit results or whatever results you're delivering, and you get out of there. You are not going to sell to somebody who doesn't need you. Okay, so you're going to make sure that the person you're selling to needs your services, and nobody else is going to do a better job than you are going to do for them. Okay, that is my next tip. And this is I think this is an award-winning question. I think this is like client cinching question. Is I ask my clients all the time on every single call almost. I ask them, if we are working together, hypothetically we're working together, and after a year you think I'm amazing and everything goes to plan and you just love working with me, what would I have done during that year? This question is really amazing because the client tells you exactly what they need, and you don't have to waste a lot of time figuring out what I need to pitch them, right? And based on that, the answer to this question, you can figure out at the final step, okay, I want to work with this person, I don't want to work with this person. Now, if you decide you want to work with this person, understand that money is always an issue. Okay, so it really depends on, you need to have some rules in place, but you also need to be flexible. You can't have a rigid product, especially when it comes to coaching or service-based businesses, and expect the person to completely understand your point of view. You need to be flexible, you need to have some give and take, you need to make sure the client is on the same page as you. So whenever you feel like you want to work with a client, I want you to understand the budget, and if they give you a budget, don't pitch them something completely out of their budget. Okay, make sure you're pitching them something inside the budget, and make sure it's not something that you have to kill yourself for. Make sure it's affordable for you and affordable for them, and if it's not affordable for you, let them know, right? Don't do something you will regret later on, because that's not going to make a great client service provider. I want to say that's not going to turn into a great relationship, right? So make sure that whatever you pitch is inside the client's budget, a little less than the client's budget, and make sure that you are able to deliver on that happily without regretting your decisions, right? And always after you finish the call, send a written proposal over, be professional, send a properly drafted email, send a PDF version of the proposal. And if you don't get a reply from the client, follow up, guys. It's not so bad. The client is busy. You never know someone else's life. They might have 4 kids running around. They might be working, I don't know, managing 3 businesses at a time. They might forget about you, right? You are not the holidays. You're not Christmas, right? Everybody remembers Christmas, but people can forget about you. So make sure if you don't hear from them, you follow up. And when you follow up and they say no, you could ask a question, what could I do is there anything, even a small thing, tiny thing I can do to help you say yes to me? Is there anything, just for a last try, if you really want to work with this person? Okay guys, those are my tips, and they are tried and tested tips. They worked for me 90% of the time. I think I want to say, I don't know, I'm not great at numbers, so I don't really know the percentage of it. But these tips are amazing. Try it out, and if they work, let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and send me a connection request on LinkedIn, and keep in touch, guys. Have an amazing night and an amazing week.